Hey guys, what's up? Killjoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, well, I'm definitely not gonna have friends after y'all hear this list, because I know some of y'all are gonna get real mad. Today we're going to be ranking my top 10 favorite Blumhouse movies, and before y'all get butthurt, I need you guys to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Alright, now let's get to the ranking. Coming in 10th place is Happy Death Day. I am a huge fan of this movie. It's a Christopher Landon picture, big fan of him as well. I took all my buddies to see this and we had a real good time watching this movie. We're cracking up. Overall, this is a great horror comedy. I think it is a perfect blend of horror and comedy. It has lots of hilarious laugh out loud moments, and then it also has some really scary stuff as well. There's actually like some scenes of like real true slasher like horror in this film too that I feel like doesn't translate well in other horror comedy films. They're not done the same as they used to be in the days of Shaun of the Dead. Coming in 9th place is The Visit. This is one of those guilty pleasure horror films for me. I feel like it's not regarded well by the general public, but to me, God, I love this movie. It's so enjoyable to watch old people just be crazy for 90 minutes. This is a scary movie. This is a really, really scary movie, actually. There are parts of this that I'm doing this. Like, I'm looking through the cracks of my fingers. There's some really scary parts, and then there are some disgusting scenes, and you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly the scene I'm talking about if you've seen this film. I feel like it kind of flew under the radar. Not too many people know about this one. Definitely check it out. It's, in my opinion, one of M. Night Shyamalan's better films. Coming in 8th place is Creep. Now, if you've never seen this movie, which I wouldn't blame you, I had never even heard of it. I came across it on Netflix one day, and I'm like, huh, what's this? A Blumhouse movie that I've never seen? All right, I'll check it out. Wow, was I blown away by this film. This is, if there wasn't so many great movies on this list, I think everything from here on out is a great film, in my opinion, rather than good. This would have to be number one. It's about a guy who's hired to film this guy's just his everyday life. And you find out that, wow, something sinister is going on with this guy. He's a little crazier than he leads on. You're gonna hate this movie if you're somebody who likes a lot of kills, like slasher movies. A rare found footage film that relies more on the psychological aspect rather than jump scares. And those are rare. I can't name too many of them, but this is probably the best of them. Coming in 7th place is The Green Inferno. If you didn't like Creep and you like movies that are more full of gore and just disgusting things overall, this is your movie. When I was told that Eli Roth was going to make basically a remake of Cannibal Holocaust, I was really disappointed. I love Eli Roth, and I'll see anything he makes. And wow, when I heard this was coming out, I was like, no way, dude. I despise Cannibal Holocaust. It is like 2 hours and 15 minutes of garbage for the last 5 minutes for something to actually happen. Cannibal Holocaust is a ripoff, don't watch it. This movie is Cannibal Holocaust done right. I loved this film. This was a big surprise for me because I just did not think it was going to be good. I didn't think you could make turn a piece of crap, piece of coal into a diamond. It feels just like Hostel or Hostel 2. Like, it has like silly moments in this super dark, horrible situation, which is the only time I like movies like this that feel so real with the terror. If you can blend that with humor, which Eli Roth is a master of, then it's done well. I think that's the only way I'm going to like films like this, and Eli Roth is just a master of that. Coming in 6th place is Upgrade. Lee Winnell is very weird with horror. He does everything. I mean everything.
Wait a minute, did you say anything? Anything. Anything. Yes, anything. 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 I'll get you. And I'll look like a bloody accident.
This is an action horror movie, which I can't name you another action movie that has horror elements to it. This movie's done so well that even though it's like a really weird mix of things, it just works. It is so good. There's nothing else like it. I can't even compare it to anything. I mean, maybe RoboCop. It's kind of a similar premise to that. The vibe of it is so different. It's so different from anything else you've ever seen. If you're just in the mood for something that you've never seen before and you can't relate to anything, this is your movie. Coming in 5th place is Sinister. Sinister is a Scott Derrickson film that I'm a pretty big fan of. If you've never seen this one, or if you just dislike it for whatever reason, because a lot of people do, there's probably one of the best jump scares in a horror film ever, and the lawnmower, you know what I'm talking about. That got me so bad the first time I watched this film. This is a really scary movie. It's not very gory. I will say it does rely on jump scares a little bit, but overall, probably one of the most horrifying in this entire list. I usually get real pissed off when I see some crappy CGI, but there's actually one moment in this where Bagul's face just kind of moves, and it's obviously CGI, but it looks good. And if it looks good, I can't complain. Coming in 4th place is The Invisible Man 2020. Blumhouse had nothing to do with those other ones, especially not the Chevy Chase one that super sucks. This blew me away. When I saw the trailer for this, I was thinking, what the hell is what is Leigh Whannell doing, man? Come on. The story and the plot is just so detailed, doing okay at the box. It's still in theaters, it's doing okay at the box office right now. Definitely go throw your money at this damn movie already. It's already a contender for my favorite horror movie of the year so far, so I have nothing but good things to say about it. Coming in 3rd place is Halloween 2018. I've talked to a lot of people that don't like this film, and their big thing is that, well, it's just not enough like the original. Isn't that what you want in a horror sequel, remake, whatever? To me, this is a perfect sequel to the original 1978 movie. It's more brutal, there's more kills, it's just, the characters are great. I actually don't get bored watching some of these characters like how I do in some of the other Halloween sequels. I'm so excited for the next Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. I'm sure they're both gonna be great as well. I've always had this problem with Michael Myers. I love all the slasher movies. In fact, I love both the first 2 original Halloween movies as well. But my problem is he's just not that brutal. There's not that many memorable kills that he has. It's mostly just stab, stab, pin you up against the wall. The 2 that I can think of off the bat is pin the guy up against the wall in the Thing. Okay, that's really cool. And then burning the girl's head in the hot tub in the second movie. Both good kills, but Jason has like 10 times of those iconic kills in just his first 2 or 3 movies. Michael Myers needed to step up his game, and wow, did he step up his freaking game in this Halloween 2018, and I can't wait to see what he does in Halloween 2020. Coming in 2nd place is Paranormal Activity. Paranormal Activity is just such an iconic horror film. It's basically started Blumhouse out. Without Paranormal Activity, we would have none of these other crazy Blumhouse movies that I'm just personally a huge fan of. Blumhouse is one of my favorite companies that makes horror films today. It revitalized the found footage genre, which I know a lot of people, including my dad, they absolutely despise the found footage genre. I don't know. Personally, I love it. I think there's been a lot of great movies because of Paranormal Activity that have come out in the past 10 years. This is truly a brilliant movie as well. A lot of people think that, oh, a movie made with $15,000, come on, what can you do with that? Well, this movie does a lot more than some of the movies that actually have millions of dollars in their budget. It trains you to be terrified of the bedroom shot. I mean, just seeing that shot, I get a little chill, you know? Just like, oh, something's gonna happen, something weird's gonna happen. Now, the number 1 pick is Insidious from 2010. I love this horror film. It's one of my favorites of all time. There's so many things that make this movie iconic and put it at number 1 at the list for me. It has one of the best horror movie monsters probably of all time, the lipstick demon. That is an image that still scares me to this day. I'm always checking my closet to make sure he's not jumping out of some red door in there. This movie's well written too. The only plot point in this whole movie that I don't like is the fact that there's a middle child that we see him talk twice in this whole movie. That's the only part of this whole movie that I don't like. If I was to review it, that would be the one thing I'm just like, what's the point of even having that character? I don't know. I don't know about that. That's the only thing I would change if I was making this film. And it has an ambiguous ending, which I think there is no better way to end a horror film than making it ambiguous, to not know what exactly happened at the end, who won, if the bad guy won, if the good guys won. You do find out in the second film what exactly happened, but if just this film standalone, I just love that it has an ending that you can interpret it in any way you want. That is the scariest thing you can possibly do to your viewer, because you leave it to the imagination. Thank you guys for watching my video on the top 10 best Blumhouse movies, in my opinion, IMO. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more horror content. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at KilljoyJake1 and on Instagram at Killjoy_Jake. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.